So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is EDUC 5324. It's integrating technology into education. I hope that you hear me clearly. Sorry about ambience if it is too, noisy or, not ideal enough for a webinar. But so this is, again, EDUC 5324. It's our first webinar. And in this webinar, we're going to go over the course materials and the syllabus. All right, so a little bit information about myself. I'm Dr. Dogan. So let me show you your syllabus here from the very first page. So right here. Okay, so you're going to see my information on the screen. Here's my information. If you do need to contact with me, I would recommend emailing me first. So right here it says uh.edu. I also teach with University of Houston, but I would want you to email me at na.edu, please. So bdogan@na.edu. All right. So again, since this is an online class, one of the best ways to contact with me is always emailing me. So this course, let's talk about the course a little bit. This course is fully online. It's 100% online. So, and then in this course, what we're trying to do is to teach technology resources or even implement them in our classroom or in e-learning situations. So we do use constructivist philosophy in this class, and pretty much everything is project-based. So people who took my courses before, they know that I do value project-based work, and you're going to do lots of technology projects in this class. All right, so let me see. It's actually right here. So there you go. So think of technology and how technology works in your daily life, in your professional life. So again, in this course, we are trying to regulate our day-to-day operations, decision-making, and while we're doing this, even planning, we want to utilize technology to the maximum level. So this course is designed for teachers and school administrators in that sense. And then in this course, I do want you to think about any technology tools such as computers, tablets, smartphones, and how they can be used in education or educational purposes. In other words, how can we effectively use them for educational purposes? That should be your philosophy, that should be your goal in this course. Whenever you explore a new tool or any other practices that you learn from this course. So on the Moodle course, we've got Q&A forum, which is kind of like a discussion forum where you can post questions. And if you post questions, I will try to answer them as soon as possible. But as a student, if you know the answer, you can always go ahead and answer before me, and that is really encouraged. So students in the class will get help immediately. That very same forum could be a place for connecting with other classmates in the course. So don't hesitate to post to that forum. So we talked about the course philosophy a little bit, but again, let me go over the major or the backbone of our class, which is about technology projects. So we do lots of technology projects in this course, and at the end, we're going to design our e-portfolios. If you took a course from me before, and if you do want to, I guess, update your current e-portfolio, that is acceptable. If not, if this is your first time with me, I'll teach you how to design, how to create your e-portfolio. So I expect you to bring your prior knowledge and experience to the class. And then again, in this class, we're going to learn lots of useful tools that you can actually use in your professional life. And I also value this statement a lot. It says learning is mediated by the learner. So make sure that you are doing your part, and I'm going to do my part as much as I can. So good news for students, no textbook is required for this course. But however, if you want to read further or even improve yourself further in this context, I recommend two books here. These are both great books to read and also improve yourself in integration of technology, or let's call this instructional technology. All right. So most of the readings, I will be posting them. I will be giving you resources. As long as you've got reliable internet connection, you should be good. Email is very important here at NAU. So if you do, I mean, you all have your na.edu emails. Make sure you're going to check them regularly, because I will be sending announcements or other information to your na.edu email. If you do need to use library, and in this class, in one assignment, we will need to use library. So these are the resources for your library. So everybody in the NAU system can access our library at NAU Online Library, which is very great. Also resources and databases there. All right, so I'm going to scroll down to show you this information. This is the IT information. If you do need help with your email or logging into, let's say, the Moodle course management system, this is the place to contact, moodle@na.edu, or try these numbers. Other issues, we've got also a separate IT department. You may also visit them, or you may even call them. All right, since this is an online class, we really value the netiquette. Netiquette means behaving in an appropriate manner in an online class. So you need to make sure that you are, for example, when you're participating in discussions, online discussions, you are following certain rules. One of the examples that I always give is that you don't want to write your message in all capital letters, right? You know what that means? Can someone tell me in the class using the checkbox? If you write something in all capital letters in a discussion forum or online environment, what does that mean? Anyone in the class? All right. Yes. Yes, exactly. So Laura said yelling, or yes, exactly. So we need to be, for example, we need to be addressing the student that we're responding to. A proper addressing would be like hello, hi, and the first name of the student, etc. So if you go check this link, you're going to see lots of netiquette rules. So this section is called learning outcomes, and these are our MED programs, learning outcomes, and you can just review them. So let me just go over course learning outcomes, not the program level, but the course level outcomes. So here, how you're going to see that we will be learning about collecting data and creating online forms. We'll be learning about screencasting. It's going to be either for teaching or training purposes. We're going to learn about different online presentation tools, conferencing tools, collaboration tools, and we're going to learn video in education, and we're going to do web design development in this class. All right, so let's talk about grading policy. There are 6 weeks in this course, so you need to be participating at least 6 weeks to get your credit for this course. And we use a 100-letter grade system. Here's the breakdown of the letters. And also, there are 5 technology projects. Again, these are the backbones of our course. So most of your grading, or most of your points for grading, will come from technology projects. And then as you can see, they count for 30% of your total grade. All right. Also, let's see. In this course, we've got research assignments. There are only 2 of them. And then they will count 20% of your grade, final grade. And online discussions, there are 3 of them. They will also count for another 20%. Your final project is like your final, pretty much it's the final assignment that you will be completing. That's our major assignment. That's going to be at the end of the course, and this will count for 25%. All right, so right now, let's see. I'm going to go scroll down to time requirements. With time requirements, this is an expected time requirements. It's really recommended by the federal government. So the idea here is that for every 2 hours of homework, or let's say there's a study time of 2 hours of homework for each hour of lecture. So let's talk about due dates in this class. So the due date in this class is not Sunday, but it's going to be Monday. So I'm extending it to Monday. That's going to be easier. So every Monday, I will be opening the new content for the week. And then you will need to make sure everything is turned in by next Monday. So Monday, 11:55 p.m. is our due date for pretty much all the assignments. There's only one exception to this. It could be online discussions if there's a peer response required. If there's a peer response required, then you will need to post your peer response earlier than the others. But pretty much you can count on this deadline. 95% of the assignments are all due by Monday, 11:55 p.m. Now, I do accept late assignment. It has to be turned in as soon as possible. And this is the breakdown of the late assignment point takeoff. And when you can, submit your late assignments to the Moodle, and then I will check from Moodle. Do not email your late assignments to me unless you cannot submit it to Moodle, please. All right, so when we do virtual discussions through Moodle forums, we do value following points. Especially, you do want to reflect and you want to talk about your personal opinions based on your readings. You want to provide challenging ideas. You want to expand ideas of others. Those are very important things in online discussion forums. Also, your main post will count for 60% of your grade, and that's why it's actually it's due earlier than the other posts, such as your peer responses. If there's a peer response required, then your main post should be submitted earlier by Friday of the week. The peer responses will count for 20% if there are 2 of them required. Usually I do require 2 of them. So when you especially write your peer responses, please avoid just saying just saying I agree, yes or no. We do not like short answers. Make sure you will provide quality responses, value-added responses, and extend the discussion further in the discussion board. Also, your main post will require an APA citation. So you're in the master's program and you should be familiar with APA right now or by now. But if this is one of your first courses, you may not know about this. In the next week, actually, I do have a short video about APA citation and how to create actual APA citation. So you can watch that recording next week and you'll understand what you need to do for APA citation. All right. So again, there are 5 technology projects in this course, and then there are 2 research assignments. In terms of research assignments, the first one is called article review. So in this first assignment, I'm going to give you 2 or 3 different articles. And out of these articles, you need to pick one and then review this or analyze this article. That's what we call review. And I'm going to give you a template for this. This is coming up actually next week. The research paper is, I believe it's on week 4, if I'm not mistaken. So in week 4, you're going to have a research paper. On this assignment, you will be given a topic, and then based on the topic, you need to come up with several articles and then review those articles or read those articles and then make it kind of like a summary of what you read. So that's going to be your research paper. All right. So again, don't worry about so much in terms of details of these assignments. When the time comes, you'll get all the necessary information, the detailed description of the assignments. All right. There are 3 online discussions in this class, and then one of them is assigned this week. All right. We'll talk about that in the coming minutes. And then e-portfolio. If you see technology plan, like in some sections of the syllabus, you may see technology plan. Please disregard this. Technology plan does not apply to you. If this was a longer semester, like a fall or spring semester, you would have to do technology plan. But otherwise, don't worry about that, and just e-portfolio will be our assignment. In terms of e-portfolio requirements, these are what's needed in our website. But again, I do not want you to worry about e-portfolio assignment yet. Within the, I believe in our last webinar session, I'm going to go over e-portfolio and the requirements for that. So don't worry about this so much about right now, but it will be explained more in detail in the future. I'm just letting you know that it's going to be coming up. All right, so there are 2 webinars in this course. This is the first one, and then the second one will be on week 5. In between, I'm going to post at least 2 different videos every week. You need to be watching them carefully, and if you have any questions, you can always, contact with me. All right, so let's go over the course calendar. So we're on we're on week 1, and I usually list the topic here, and then you're going to see the curriculum topic and the hands-on assignment. So on this week, the very first week, we are reviewing the course materials and then the syllabus, right? And then there are 2 assignments due: online discussion 1 and technology project 1. And the technology project 1 is about Google Forms. So that's all we have for this week. The second week, we'll discover or really explore different topics such as leadership in terms of technological leadership in the school. We're going to talk about screencasting. So next week, we're having our second technology project and also research assignment, which is the article review. The third week, we're going to discuss online presentation and collaboration. All right. And then we'll talk about, there's another online discussion coming up. So on the 4th week, we've got hands-on technology on creating educational videos. And then there's distance education and learning as well. So technology project 4 will be about educational video assignment, and research assignment 2 will be about research paper. On week 5, that's our final webinar, I will be giving you a training on how to design your website for ePortfolio. And then there's also project 5 and online discussion 3. Your final project, which is your ePortfolio, is due on August 6th. So that's the final due date for your ePortfolio. All right, so let's switch to our course website here. I'm going to show you what's included here. So first of all, the top section here, you will see the syllabus, and then you'll also see the templates listed here. All right, so that's the top section of the course website. Under the week 1, you're gonna see the course content here. So I'm gonna post announcements at the top, and at the bottom you're gonna see some videos are posted. For this week, I've got Google Forms assignment and training video. So you need to be watching this to complete your first technology project, which is right here. So let's actually go over that real quick. So let's go over technology project 1. So in this one, we are looking for creating an educational form where you will collect data. So in terms of topic, I'm very flexible. You can choose your own topic here. Your topic could be, for example, about a recent implementation of a school policy, you want to get feedback from your parents or even teachers, you may want to talk about that. Or you may want to collect information about how certain group of students feel about an upcoming program or how the curriculum works. So you need to collect information from your students or maybe your parents or co-workers, etc. So it could be about a field trip coming up. So there are many different things that you can do. You need to come up with your own idea. And if you're not sure about your idea, you can always email me. But you need to be, your topic should be educational. So that's my real off limits in terms of the topic. The technical requirements for your form, there needs to be at least 8 questions in your form. And then these are different types of questions that you need to be using. And make sure you will use all these type of questions. Sometimes students miss, for example, scale or grid type of questions, and I need to take off points for that. So make sure you're going to use at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 different types. All of these are used. Most of the students sometimes do only multiple choice. You need to be asking questions in different types. And then this is another point that we usually take off from the students because they do forget to customize confirmation message. This is the message that you receive after submitting your form. Make sure this will be changed and you will customize it based on your need, not the default message by Google. And also the questions need to be required. So your responders or the people who take your complete your form, should not be able to go to or submit the form unless they fill out all parts of the form, right? So that's what we call requiring questions. And then your form should be public. Make sure you will test your link before you send it. It should be working. So when I click on your link on Moodle, make sure it's, I just want that link to work. So make sure you're going to check it from different browsers and computers to see if it works. Also, within your form, you need 1 image and 1 video included. Again, for details, I'm going to refer you to the video that I posted. And your topic should be within the limits of the acceptable topics. All right, so what you want to do is you need to submit your URL to Moodle, and this is due on Monday night by 11:55 p.m. There are 2 samples here. You may check them, actually, so they're very easy forms. So as you can see, I see 1 picture posted here, and then this is the drop-down type of question. These are check boxes. This is short paragraph. This is multiple choice. And as you can see, it says this is a required question. It's not letting me to move ahead without answering this question. And this is a grid type of question. This is another checkbox. And this is a scale type of question. And at the end, you're going to see a paragraph type of question, open-ended. And then there's a video of President Obama in this case. And so this form is pretty much meeting all the requirements. And when I submit this, I'm going to look at the message coming up on the screen. It should be customized by you. Instead of saying, thank you for submitting this form, you can say, for example, we value your feedback, or thank you for filling out my data collection form. So you need to change that text. Again, the video that I posted has that information, so it's right here. All right, so let's see. Let me take some questions here. Is there any limits in terms of number of students, persons that we will collect information from? Now, you do not need to collect information. I'm not going to check your results. All I'm going to check is your form itself. So make sure you prepare your form. You do not need to collect. Again, you do not need to collect. You do not actually need to use the form. I do not want to see your results. All I want to check is your form itself, okay? The next question, are we actually collecting? No, we're not collecting data. We are just creating the form. And the next question, I think it's just creating the form. Yes, You are correct, Nyla. All right, so online discussion week 1 is very simple, and most of you actually completed this already. So all you need to do here is to introduce yourself, and these are the points, or the guiding points, the guiding questions that I posted. Make sure you will respond to these. And since this is the first discussion post, there's no need to do peer response, but you're more than welcome to reply to peers. And if you don't, I won't give you any penalty. So, and this is also due on July 9th by 11:55 p.m. All right, so at this point, I do want to take your questions. The week 1 is pretty easy. And if you missed this online webinar, you will need to watch the recorded session and then complete your synopsis. This is a link to synopsis. And again, if you are part of this live webinar, I'm going to record your names from the chat box. If you are part of this, you will be given your credit automatically. Okay, I'm gonna enter this within a couple of days. So if you haven't typed up under the chat box, make sure you will type your name and say present, and then I will make sure that you are getting your credit. Okay, but if you missed this live webinar, you need to check the recorded video, watch it, and write a synopsis. This is where you write your synopsis at. Again, if you participated today, there's no need to send anything under synopsis. All right, question here. I have created a website on Weebly recently. Can I update that website? Yes, that's fine, as long as you're having the same or required pages that I listed under the syllabus. Okay, any other questions? Yeah, thank you for signing up and writing your names. This will make sure I will give you your credit. All right. Yes, question about Google Form? All right, if you can type up your question, please, I can answer that question. All right, okay, so the question is, I have created the Google form, but every time I send it, it's letting me edit. All right, so I'm not sure what the problem here is. It's not letting you to edit, or is it letting you to edit? In the meantime, I'm going to answer this other question. I checked the link for API format that you have posted, but it's not working. Let me check on that, and if the link is not working, I will fix it, okay? If you are the owner of the form, yes, you will be always under the edit mode. Yes, you will be able to edit. But if a public or if anyone that is not an owner sees your link or your form, then they will be able to take it. All right, so answering to Barbara, yes, I will fix that APA link. I think you're talking about the APA citation link at the very top of the course webpage, right? So I will make sure that link is working. Yes. All right, so why don't you send that to me in the email, and I will check that, and if I see it, I'll let you know. How about that? All right, no problem. Yes. So let's review what we need to do in terms of assignments this week. This week, the week 1, we've got 1 online discussion assignment. So this one right here. This is your discussion forum. The second one that you see, do not make this to confuse you. This is for me to assign you a grade. So just ignore the second one. So they go together, but you send your answer or you send your message under the discussion forum here. The second one is for me to assign you a grade. And then Technology Project 1 is our link to our assignment. All right, any other questions? All right, if not, I'm gonna end the webinar here today. And if you have any questions in the future or this week, please email me and I will get back to you as soon as I can, all right? All right, thank you guys. So I'll see you next time, all right? And I'll post this webinar recording sometime on Thursday, most likely, all right? All right, have a good evening. See you later, guys. Bye.